morning, YouTube. Hope you're all good. So this week's vlog, we are, I think now 10.5 weeks out. 10.5 weeks out. So we are past halfway of prep. Can we believe it? That is insane. So I've just done my cardio. I've actually left my heart rate monitor on. Whoops. I usually take that off, but I left it on for steps anyway. I've also just had my check-in feedback from Meg, so I wasn't in love with the look again. Whenever I do my check-in midweek, I don't really like how I look, but then when I do a check-in at the weekend, I feel like it looks a lot better. And you know, I do my cardio in the week, and I don't do it at the weekend at the moment, whilst I've only got 5 sessions. So I think it really does just mean I have a bit more of a rested look. I don't know, it's probably in my head at this point. But anyway, wasn't in love with the pictures, but she was happy and she's made no changes. So, oh, sorry about that. I had a phone call. By the way, I'm sorry if you can hear building in the background. I live on a new build estate and they're building loads of bloody houses. So it's a racket every morning. But anyway, what was I saying? So no changes to the plan. It's a training day today, so I'm going to run you through training day food because I don't think I have done a training day food on my vlogs since it was changed. I know I've done a rest day where it's just, yeah, chicken and veg 4 times, oats 2 times. But training day is a little bit different. What is different? Oh, there's one different meal, which is my breakfast. But I'm going to show you that because I love that meal. But it's a good sign that things haven't changed. I was sort of expecting it to because weight's not moved a lot, to be quite honest with you. I feel remarkably leaner, but my weight's not really moved, which is strange. But again, it's windy. Sorry, I hate the sound of wind when people are recording. I'll get back to you once this breeze is done. There we go. Yes, I do feel leaner, so I think you have to use your eyes as well. And this is the thing with coaching, right? People think it's just about data, and it's not. It's not just about data. And I've had this confirmed for myself a few times recently, that your intuition and your eyes don't lie. So when you think something's going on and you're thinking of decisions, because that's what you're doing as a coach, you're making decisions based off feedback, visuals and data. Sometimes I think if you're like quite inexperienced coaching, you might just think, I just need to rely on the data, but you shouldn't. You really shouldn't. You need to use your eyes. You need to trust your instincts as well. Because at the end of the day, the scales are always going to play funny buggers, especially with women. So yeah, I've lost my train of thought. Prep brain. No, I can't start using that excuse at 10.5 weeks out, can I? But anyway, guys, I'll see you in the next clip. We'll run through a training day, food, and some chats. I just wanted to show you as well. So this morning I tried this with my fasted cardio. So this is called Turbo Inferno. It's from Engineered Muscle. And I thought I would try this because I am not a morning person at all. And I feel like death when I wake up in the morning and get on that cardio bike. So I thought anything to give me a bit of a boost with energy and, I don't know, just getting going is going to help. This made a massive difference. Like my heart rate was like straight up, and I was sweating buckets and I was working hard, but it didn't feel horrendous. As in, my legs weren't killing me and I felt awake. So this is good. This is good. This is just what I need at 10.5. 10.5 weeks out. Just that little bit of a boost on the cardio now. Now that I'm getting a bit tired, being a bit more sore, energy is getting a little bit lower. So yeah, I just thought I would share that if you guys are thinking if it's worth it, and it is worth it. It is worth it. So just while I'm preparing my bits to cook for my first meal, so I've got my eggs, I've done my 20 grams of avocado, 50 grams of spinach. I just wanted to show you guys. So this is what I get from Amazon, and this is just pink Himalayan salt, as this has more minerals in. than normal salt. And so this is what we use. So we just get a big bag of this. So is this a kilo? I don't know. So, oh my God, right there, Fiona. So this is a kilo, and then we get this from Amazon, and then we just literally distribute into these little pots. So this one says fee, and then this is Josh's. So he's taken some meals to work, so he's put salt on those, and then this is for the meals he'll have when he gets back from work. And then we just literally put it on the scales, and then I'll distribute my salt into here in the morning, and that's how I do it. So the finished product, and I actually feel annoyed because I was wondering why I had an extra turkey bacon rasher in the packet, because there's supposed to be 6. And as I was cooking these are like half the size of the normal rashers. So obviously weight wise, that's why there's put an extra rasher in the packet. And I know there's an extra rasher because there's 6 of these in a normal pack. So it does like 3 meals normally. And I was like, why do I have one spare? I've never had one extra or one less. So these are like half the size of the normal rasher. So I've been duped today, annoyed, but 1 whole egg, 50 grams of spinach, 20 grams of avocado, pink salt on top, coffee. This is just water with a bit of squash in. So what I've been doing is not having my cardio water in this bottle anymore, because I was just finishing it and it was not leaving me with enough water for the rest of the day, or I was just over drinking. So I'll just put my cardio water in like a 500ml shaker now, and then I'll have this as like my first 1.5 litres. So by the time I finish this in the morning, I'll have done 2 litres, and then I know that I've got 4 litres left total for the rest of the day. And then these are my vitamins, morning vitamins as per. So yeah, that is the meal number 1. And we are in the office, but I've just finished my first work block of the day. So I've smashed through check-ins, the team. Oh, I love my check-ins with my team. Honestly, I do. It's my favourite part of the day. They just crush it. And summer is a tricky time, I think, for people, because a lot of us, we want to make the most of summer. We've got so many social occasions going on. I want to say I mean my clients. But helping them manage that and still get results is so fun. So fun. But yeah, smash through check-ins. My first ones anyway. I've still got some to come through, which is cool. So I'm going to go and get myself ready now. I'm going to get myself washed, cleaned, sorted after this cardio, get my gym stuff on, and then we will go and make the next meal. But what I think I'm going to do today is, because Josh is actually on a rest day today, I moved my training around a little bit this week, because I had a hair appointment yesterday, and if you've ever sat in the salon to have highlights done, you know how long this takes. I was there for 5 hours yesterday. So I moved my training to today. So he's resting. So to make sure that we can have the evening together, I'm going to go and train early doors, so on my like lunch sort of period. So that's what I'm going to do, and then I'll come back this afternoon and finish my afternoon work a little bit later. I think it's just going to work a little bit better again for the routine today. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go and get ready. I'm going to get my I'm going to get ready. I'm going to get the rest of my check-ins done, any more client messages, client work, and then I'm going to get my pre-workout meal. I'm going to get my training session done, steps finished, and then I'll come back and I'll finish the rest of my work block this afternoon. But I am ahead today. I am definitely in that point this week. I feel like I've hit that point this week where I've got like what am I trying to say? So I've hit that point this week. I was speaking to my friend about this earlier. I've got to the point where I'm in a bit of a groove now. So I think my body's adapted to, because initially I was struggling on this prep. I'm not going to lie. I was struggling because it felt really hard quite early. And I wasn't used to that from obviously last year's prep feeling piss easy. So it was feeling really hard quite early on. And I was not doubting myself, but I was thinking, fuck, this is hard. Why did I decide to do this? Like, why did I decide to compete back-to-back years? But now I feel like I've hit my stride, shall we say. I've got my second wind. So even though I feel like my body's adapted to sort of the energy, it's adapted to sort of the food. Yes, I'm hungry, but I'm just used to being like that now. So it's not like I feel it really deeply. I just don't really pay attention to it now. I feel like my body is just, yeah, it's got its second wind now. I'm in a little bit more of a flow of things. So it doesn't mean that it's getting easier for me. I think my body's just adapted to how it feels. So I'm feeling a lot more positive. I'm feeling a lot more happy with how my body's looking. I'm feeling a lot better energy-wise. Whether I actually am or whether I'm just used to now dealing with it, I'm really like making more time of recovery and things like that. I'm quite unsure, but my routine is been very down these last few weeks as well. So I've been getting ahead with meal prep, steps, work. Everything is being done as early on in the day as possible, because I know that my energy is a little bit tanked by the end of the day. So that's sort of what I'm feeling right now. So this is good, because I know really, even though I'm 10.5 weeks out, I know that actually I've got about 8 weeks left of fat loss, because me and Meg will be ready a couple of weeks early. We were last year. We are on track for that this year. We're on track for that this year. So I know really I've got like 8 weeks of like pushing. And if I have to push solid for 8 weeks, like right now, how I feel right now, like that would be no problem whatsoever. So all ready for the gym. I'm in the kitchen. I've just put together my pre-workout meal, warmed that up in the microwave. So I'll show you guys what that is, but it is nothing too exciting. But here we have 100 grams of chicken, that's the raw amount, and then 40 grams of raw weight rice. And then I've put my salt on here, mix that up, and that is the pre-workout meal. So I'm going to sit and eat this. I've got some messages to reply to and just stuff to tie up. I'm going to get myself off to the gym. So just before I head off to the gym, I'm going to make my intra workouts. So I'll get my funnel. Sorry, I'm not being very good with this, am I? So my funnel. So what's going in here is my 10 grams dextrose. I'm going to do a scoop of catalyst. I'm going to do 15 grams of essential amino acids. I've already had my glutamine and my creatine this morning. So this is going to be the little intra situation. So that is the session done. A really good session, actually. I just nipped to my friend's to grab something and go and do some steps with her as well before I came home. And then I also went to Morrison's to pick up some turkey bacon and just some toiletries that I needed. So I've all done my steps, all done my training. So I'm going to get in there now. I'm going to do my post-workout meal, which I'll show you guys, and then I'm going to sit down and get my afternoon work block on the go before the energy is tanked. But so far so good. I've had good energy today. I am putting it down to being in my prep groove and Turbo Inferno. Hello. So I'm just in the office. I'm still working away, but I thought I'd show you guys my next meal. Chicken and veg, and this is my next 2 meals the same. So it's just the chicken and the vegetables. So I'll show you that. Not that there's much to see, but I know people like to see food, even like prep meals, even though they are so boring. I think that's why people like to see them, because it's like, whoa, that's shit. So I'll show you that. So as per, it's just my 100 grams of raw weight chicken and then veggies, a little bit of lettuce, but that's all weighed out, as we always weigh out our veggies on prep as well. Something I've been really conscious to do, like I said, I mentioned something this morning, but I've been really conscious to do these last couple of days is actually calculate all of my fluid intake into my calculator, just to make sure I'm not going over. If you drink too much, essentially you'll flush out all of your minerals, and it can cause things like cramping, and it's just not good. It can mess with your scale weight a little bit as well. And I think there was a couple of days where I was just going over a little bit. So what I've been doing is just recalculating that and making sure that all my liquids total for the day are, you know, still within my 6 litres of fluid, because again, any more than that for my size and weight, it can just like mess with things a little bit. So that's what I've been doing as well. Hello guys, I've just had a shower. I haven't just had a shower, I had a shower about half an hour ago, and then I've just been sitting on the sofa being a bit of a slob. Well, actually I did a post for Instagram, a client transformation post, so I wrote that, and then I've just been chilling on the sofa. To be honest, I'm barefaced, showered and fresh, and I was just having a moment. So anyway, you would have saw before this clip that I was doing prep for Josh, and so I've done all of his meals for tomorrow. I also cooked some meats, and I'm gonna wrap this vlog up now, but I will show you my meal that we're about to have, and then my next meal is exactly the same. So you probably don't need to hang around for another hour just to see that. So I'm gonna show you what this meal is, and then my last meal of the day. So it's like 7:10 now. And then I'll have my last meal around 9 o'clock. Then I'll go to bed. So I'll show you what this meal is whilst I'm cooking Josh's pasta for his dinner. But this meal is 50 grams of oats, 100 grams of berries, and then 30 grams of whey. I picked this one up today, raspberry white chocolate. It is an OG. I had been having, I had been having apple strudel, which is a firm favourite also. Really nice. I think I've put that on a vlog, but I'm about out of that. So I did pick up a big tub today, because I didn't have any small tubs, so I just got a big tub. But white chocolate raspberry, it's nice. It's obviously raspberry, but it's quite sweet because of the white chocolate, so it's nice. And then 5 grams of chocolate will go in here, cinnamon will go in here, and my salt. So my ground cinnamon, I'll drown it in that, and then I'll put some of my salt. So I'll split this salt between my last 2 meals, and that is the vibe for the rest of this vlog. So thank you for watching. This is our 10.5 week out, and I've been doing these vlogs since I think 15 weeks out, so I'm doing so well. No, 17 weeks out, what am I talking about? So this must be my 7th vlog of the 2025 season, so well done me. Well done to me. No, not really, it's not. Let's be honest, I'm not putting a hell of a lot of effort into these, but hopefully you guys are enjoying it and it's giving you some insight. I was going to say something else and I've forgotten. Ah, yeah. So the next vlog. Next week's vlog is going to be all over the place, but I'm going to do like a week because I'm going to Oxford, Manchester, Sheffield, all in the same week. No, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Bikini designing, going to see my coach, photo shoot with my coaching girls. So much to be excited for. And then we will be like, what? 9 weeks out? Crazy. So anyway, guys, I will catch you in the next one. Remember to like this vlog if you've watched it and subscribe to my channel. Please subscribe to my channel. Yay. See you in the next one.